Hello gamers and welcome back to the Crew 2. As promised, I have been grinding some for our drag race car to get the performance level up to do the Death Valley drag race. As of now, I think the performance is up to 355, which should be, yeah, it says 355, which should be sufficient for the race because I think the race requires like 330. But as we know, we have had reached the performance goal and still not made the race. 340 is a requirement. So I'm still not sure if we can do it. We might make one try during this episode. But if we won't make it, we won't get stuck in that but move on to something else. Also, while grinding, I've noticed that I'm getting close to leveling up our follower level, and of course I don't want to do that while not recording. I want that as part of the series. So I'm pretty sure that during this episode we will level up. That also opens up the possibility for maybe less grinding if the level up event unlocks more drag races. Then maybe there will be more drag races that are actually easier than the Death Valley drag race. So instead of doing the same drag races over and over again, we can play those new ones, which might be unlocked. We'll see. Further, I spent some of our Uplay points, so Uplay units, which we accumulate as we play. And using that, I bought a new Aston Martin car, because you can never have enough cars, right? So maybe we look into that car as well, see if we can customize it, because as I mentioned, we are getting, we don't have a money issue as it is right now, and the grinding also accumulates more money. So of course we don't have money for our hype car, for example, at the moment. There are cars which we can't afford, but compared to what we need at the moment, we don't have any hypercar races unlocked anyway. So for the cars that we need and for doing customizations, we are at the moment pretty well off on the money side. So yeah, let's spend some of those to have fun in the game as well, even if we don't go crazy. But let's look at that Aston Martin, see if we can customize it perhaps. Further, in one of the previous episodes, we saw that our home had new custom items, and we tried to browse through like everything to see how could we clear that, to see if we actually got new items. Then new custom items would appear again to let us know we have new stuff which we haven't seen, which we haven't used or applied. We didn't manage to clear it, but eventually off screen I did. I have some footage of that. Not sure if I will include it or not, we'll see. But anyhow, how did I clear it? Well, it turned out that all of those items were actually items that I was included when I bought the game, but which I never applied because it was for vehicles which I had not used. So for example, let's say, for example, the Porsche had some performance upgrades. Then I had never applied it because I have never driven the Porsche. But then, of course, the game considers this as I have not seen these items. So it's a new custom item. So what I did was actually go through all my vehicles, like airplanes, boats, cars, all motorcycles, all of these vehicles, and applied all performance upgrades. And you just hoovered over them to make sure they were like seen. The game should realize that I have seen this, so it's not flashing as new. And then finally the new custom items text disappeared, so now it just says home. So that's all good, that's finally sorted. Lastly, I've also learned that livery, which I mentioned, livery, it is actually called livery. So I would try to remember that from now on and try to say livery instead of livery. Alright, so for our drag car, we have now 355 performance level. Just checking that all our performances are unlocked. Yes, it is. And just for our reference, is 355 enough to do the Death Valley race? Let's test it out. Let's move quickly to Death Valley drag race. So we have 355, the recommended 340. Let's go. Let's see if we can do it now. I've also been reading up some on the question which arose in one of the previous episodes, considering if weather effects do affect the car handling. And it seems that Ubisoft has announced that it should affect, but players seems to believe that it doesn't really affect much or anything at all. So maybe we should try this, like we could try like one run with like full throttle at the start and one run with like apply less throttle, just to see. That would be like less throttle, I guess. That was a late start. We are actually ahead now of that ghost. Will we make it for the first time? 355 performance level. Yes! Finally we made it! No more grinding. How's that? We even had time to spare. That was our best time by far. We had like 0.6 seconds at least to spare. So this is a full throttle start. See if there's any difference. I will try to apply the NOS in the same way. We see that we are a lot slower. So even though we had a late start, but with no wheel spin, we think that it made a huge difference, at least in the wet. So we were on 18.1. Yeah, that's like 0.8 seconds difference. Let's see if we can recreate that pattern. Not missing the spin here, of course. That will mess things up unnecessarily. So I will not apply a lot of throttle now. I will apply low throttle in the beginning. Actually applied NOS sooner there. That's interesting. Now we're slower. Was that so much worse than the first run? Wow. And then suddenly that's a worst run so far of those three. But whatever. Not really finding a consistent pattern here. You see we're close to leveling up. But at least we finally made it. Let's get those upgrades real quick. We don't miss them. Exhaust and tires. Nice. So we finally made that one and we can move on to something else. Wrong key. Let's try to just apply the upgrades real quick. Exhaust. And tires. 356 performance level. All right. So, yes, should we just check our Aston Martin, by the way? The Aston Martin, which we got from the Uplay point. Where is it? Where is it? Aston Martin. Further to the left, probably. There! Aston Martin VANQUISH. Let's see if we have any. I probably already applied the eventual performance upgrades which we may have, since I tried to clear all the custom items. Let's go to customize. Color. Official colors. Very blue. Red. That's all black. So are the official colors free? No, 1500 for official colors. If I choose any color I want, like I like this, like almost, it's not all black, but almost, that's also nice. 799, so that's cheaper. Perhaps it's not metallic. If we try metallic, 1599. Okay. I actually go for that real quick. Visual parts. 2 hoods to choose from. Carbon. Not sure if we want to go carbon on this one or not. Just go through bumpers real quick. Okay, that's another grille. Do the light change as well? Not much, but for this one it does. Okay, yeah, grille changes, light changes somewhat. That's very slight changes for the front bumper. Like the lower part of the front bumper doesn't change at all. It's just the grille and the lights that change. I won't get hung up on it. I'm just gonna buy. Maybe that one was cool. Rims. We're gonna go stuck on only 23 rims for this one. Usually it's like 89 rims or something like that. Maybe we can zoom out a little. Zoom out there. Change the view. Okay, we've changed as much as we can. So, was this the original one? Yeah, that's the one that's applied. Kind of like that. Those are nice. Dark rims. I know many people like, ooh, those are nice because you can see some of the like wheel side, the rim side as well. That's kind of nice actually. I know some people like dark rims. Me personally, I don't. However, I like these like deep rims. That's nice. Those are nice as well though. Almost gone through all. Let's go through all real quick. Oh, those are bad ass, man. Oh, what happened? Wrong key. I want to like not get stuck on this. I want to get a move on. Okay, we're back. Zoomed out and at an angle. I'm also like a fan of not too many spokes. Like these are like 5 spokes, but each spoke are 2. So okay, 10 per rim, I guess. I'm gonna go for that deep rim. Love it. Ooh. Okay. So I can change rim color, but even though I choose the like lightest one there is, it's really not that light. But I guess I go for that. Rim front size. Oh, okay. Obviously I never applied rims since I've never done this. Maybe not like too low, but we don't like fat as well. Maybe good balance there. Rim rear size, maybe same thing, like go 1 down. Buy. Ooh, that's really not that expensive considering how expensive some other upgrades can be. Caliper color. Oh, you know what that is. Of course. It has to be yellow. Did we get it yellow? Yeah, it's yellow. Okay. Moving on. Side mirrors. You can have 2 different side mirrors. Let's check. Carbon or not carbon. We're not sure if we're going to go carbon on this car yet. Skirts. 3 different skirts. That seem like, yeah, it's maybe carbon. That's a bit wider. I must admit that the wider one might be good. Sits nicely with the tire. Yeah, I think that looks badass. Let's try that. Rear wing. Do we even want like this? Has like a built-in rear wing. We'll see what it has. 2 different. Okay, so it's a little extra wing. Yeah, that's nice. 6 grand for that, but only like, was it like 1200 for the rims? Interesting. Rear bumper. Let's see if it differs anything from the front bumper, since the front bumper really didn't change much at all. Darker lights. brighter lights, but what else? Okay, the tips, the exhaust tips are like matte. Okay, matte with dark lights. Other brake lights, or so I mean like reflexes or what it is. Is that really, that car makes the car look higher, but even more sleek maybe. Okay, so that's what we have. Do we want like extra lights? It does look less fat. Like the rear is not like so heavy with this one. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And the dark lights. Yeah, the dark lights. Okay. So quickly moving on. Hood, do we want it's exactly the same hood. I think I'm gonna skip carbon. We went for dark lights. Did we do that here as well? Not sure. We did not. Zoom out. Maybe we choose a bad one. Gonna waste some money here. That actually looks even more badass. Let's go for that one. All right. Okay, not wasting any more time on that. I think it became really beautiful. Nice car indeed. Maybe select it just so we can see it. This is quite dark here now, of course, but let's hear it as well and move it out into the light. Alright, let's stop there so we can see it a bit better. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's real nice. Alright, so that's our new Aston Martin car. However, the performance level is not that high at the moment, and as you know, I like the Porsche, so... But let's see which car. Eventually we will level up as many cars as we can, of course, but... let's see what we can play. What kind of race can we do? This is interesting. New discipline for the pro racing headquarters, and I love the touring racing, so let's go check this out. What is new here? Air race. Alright. I'm not even sure if I have set up my controls for that at the moment. I've already said that I have set up my controls as I think I want them, but then I've been thinking, because as of now I use like the arrow keys on my steering wheel to steer the airplane, and I'm thinking maybe I should change that to actually using the wheel, because I use the wheel for a car, motorcycles and boats, but not for airplanes, so why don't I? So maybe I should check that out as well. But okay, so do we have new races here now? Because it doesn't seem to be no more races there. Yeah, it doesn't say new discipline yet. Let's check the off-road as well. New discipline, let's see what it is. Both motocross and rallycross, both of those are really interesting. more interesting actually than rally raid, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna adjust the screen light on my monitor. I don't think you will see that, but like I said, when we did the Harley Davidson event, my screen brightness was too low, so I've changed setting now so I can have a little bit higher brightness, so I can actually see where I'm driving at least, even if it's dark. Because I saw on the recorded footage, which has like the default light settings, that it was actually lighter on the recording than what I saw on my monitor. So, buy a vehicle. Oh yes, motocross. You betcha. Let's buy this. KTM. That's nice. I'm a sucker for 2 strokes, but I don't know if that's even available if we want a real powerful one. But it will likely be 4-stroke. So we have Suzuki KTM Red Bull Edition. How does this difference? 145 kilometers, 52 brake horsepower. 145, 52, 145, 52. Performance level 13, performance level 13. So there is no handling easy. There is no difference at all. 78.9 grand, year 2015. Year 2015, but way higher grand. Why would I want to buy more for some Red Bull stickers? I see no why. They're not that expensive either. Let's compare with the other ones. 145.52, 145.52, 145.52 is the exact same. Performance level 13 for... Oh, that has less though. Performance level 10, even though it has the same power and top speed. Handling is easy for all of them. Okay, so this is just like personal preference and I guess economics. Why pay 10 more grand for... They're both 450s. Why would you buy 10 more grand for the Kawasaki? And then another 10 more grand for Suzuki. They're all 450s with the exact same specifications. The most reasonable choice seems to be the KTM. I mean, KTM are awesome machines, so why not? You cannot select any rims. Fair enough. Buy, yes. Yes, so we can do motocross races. Nice. This we must try. Talking of motorcycles, by the way, I've noticed that actually when we did a Harley Davidson motorcycle race, I have not driven motorcycles that much in this game ahead of that, but it seems that in many games motorcycles might be like tough to handle compared to cars, and also you might draw like a negative while driving a motorcycle, because if you bump into something or if you crash, then the driver is like, of course, flying off the motorcycle, and it takes time, you know, before the vehicle resets so you can start driving again. Often it takes more time if you crash with a motorcycle because the driver falls off, and it takes before the vehicle is reset you can start driving. It takes longer than with a car. If you just bump into the side of a road or drive into something, it just stops and you have to reset the car. It goes faster. In this game, however, that was not my experience. It's quite easy actually to maneuver the motorcycles, which is a really good thing. You get quite a good feel when driving them, and if you bump into something, might be very, like as mentioned earlier, kind of arcade-ish, that the driver actually don't fly off the motorcycle. Even if you drive into something quite hard, it just stops. So it's same as for the car. There's no like big drawback to using a motorcycle. So in that sense, I'm thinking that maybe it would actually be a very positive thing to test and drive like street races with a motorcycle sometimes, even if I prefer and want to level up my Porsche, just to see how that would work, because also the motorcycle is so small, so it will be easier to pass traffic and maybe navigate along the track, since the motorcycle is so not wide, it's narrow. And also quite fast. Actually, you can fast get up to speed with a motorcycle, and yeah, no real drawbacks. So let's try that sometime. Enough about that. Now let's try out this motocross. So we have like We had 4 new activities, and I think I identified them. It's Colorado, White Mountain, Wolf Territory, and Inglewood. Perhaps Colorado River banks. Let's judge. We don't know if they're easy or not. Now we know to check the performance level. So the recommended is 10. I guess it will be like the same for everyone because it seems really low performance level. No, that has 15. Okay, so that's the same as the drag race. There is probably one of these 4 which are harder, so we should learn by our mistakes. Even 2. Okay, so there are 2 that we can do and 2 that has a higher recommended level. So we might even have to grind this somewhat unless we get more motocross races as we level up, which we are close to doing. So we'll not do the same mistake as we did in the drag race and start with the ones which we have no chance to complete. So let's just try this one then. Colorado River Banks. Here we go. First motocross event.
Good motocross is all about the jumps. The fans can't get enough of them. So let me see you catch some good air today. Just be sure to stick your landings.
Alright, that's interesting. I think you can, like same with the boat and the motorcycle, you lean forward and lean backward. Maybe you can steer the motocross in the air in that way to set the landings. I don't know. And it sounds like maybe we will get like followers by doing jumps. When we did the off-road rally raid and we tested if, like we said, are we cool if we do jumps? We were not. We were not getting anything from that, but maybe we do that here. So maybe this is a good like way to get followers up. 4-stroke. Where's my position? Okay, let's go! Motocross, first race. Yeah, we have good protective gear on. Have our shirt. Is there boost? Yeah, it's boost. And we can boost in the air as well. Oh my god! I don't see that we're getting any followers though. Oh, this is like steering real quick. This, where are we going? We left or right? Or maybe can we choose? Can we go either? Ah! Okay, maybe could we choose to not do jump there? I'm not sure. Seemed like you could go right as well. Maybe that's a shortcut. I don't know. But we should do cool jumps, right? But we don't seem to gain anything from it. I think the goal was maybe we get the followers like after the race, perhaps. I think the reward was like 2,100 followers. But if we do a lot of jump, maybe we get more in the end. I hear them behind me. I'm not that fast, I guess. This is quite fun actually. It could be even more fun if we like level up this vehicle some. It will be even quicker. Perhaps even trickier then, but almost side of the track there. I don't even have to slow down. I lost a lot of speed there in the landing. I landed right on top of that. Bad landing as well. It is as it should. Landings do matter in motocross quite a lot, right? So it is as it should. 94%. Let's not crash while checking that percentage and lose the race. Finish, finish, finish. Yes! Won our first race. Now we see, I think 2,100 was the reward. Yeah, we got the same, but now we level up as well. Oh, get the upgrades. Especially now when leveling up, because last time we leveled up we missed the upgrades. Got them. Okay.
Now available. The next event in the Live Extreme Series.
Another live extreme race. I'll win again and you'll be swimming in followers. How's it feel to be a star?
"48 new activities." I think I had like 42 new activities the last time we leveled up. Jeez, we have a lot to play through. Alright, and new disciplines and a new live race as well. So, episode 4, but we cannot do episode 3. This is interesting. Why is that grayed out? Jet sprint vehicle required. Aha, that's why we don't own a jet sprint vehicle. That's like another type of vehicle which I wasn't even aware of. Trial event as well. Okay, so maybe it is like... I haven't seen it. Maybe we need to do like... Is it like a hovercraft? We do have a hovercraft vehicle though. We just never done those races. I'm thinking if it is like this one. This is a trial event which you have not done. Maybe there is a jet sprint trial event which I have not seen somewhere as well. We'll see. But let's see here. We have like new discipline, and new discipline. Let's just check all of these, which kind of disciplines it is. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Formula racing. Buy a vehicle. Oh, I wonder if we have enough money now. Maybe not. That would be lovely though. Let me see. That is expensive. Disruption edition, Red Bull. Maybe that's more expensive than the other one. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we're about actually to round up this episode. So we will save that for the next episode, I think. But let's just check through these, which events we have, and then we go into them in more depth in the next episode. Let's see. There it is. Hovercraft. Wasn't that what we lacked in the other one? Or was it something else? Was it jet sprint? It's not hovercraft. Alright. Something else. Jet sprint. But we have no more like disciplines now, I think. Aha, jet sprint. It might be some airplane. Took me a while to realize that. Maybe we need to unlock this. Maybe there's another headquarters which I'm not aware about. Who knows? Let's check this. And there's the hypercar. I just said at the beginning of this episode we don't even have a hypercar yet. So we don't have any need to buy a hypercar. But then we unlock hypercars, like, just in the same episode. Alright guys, buy a vehicle. Suddenly, I thought we were good on money, but now we need to buy, like, cars for Formula 1 racing, and we need to buy hypercars to do hypercar races. I don't think we own any of those. No, we don't. But yeah. We'll look into all of that in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next episode. Bye for now.